Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another. Well, this is edition of World Cup Talk. Yeah, you hear what we did there? World Cup Talk. Yeah,
Nice.
You like that one? All right. Good evening, Mr. Stonian. How are we doing, sir?
I'm good. Just looking forward to a completely different edition to the show, actually. Something a little bit different. The World Cup kicks off in a few days' time. So I think that's going to allow us to have some new content. Football related, so it's always a positive.
Most definitely. Good evening, Preds. How are we doing, sir?
Good evening, gentlemen. I'm all right. I'm looking forward to it. I've been looking over my World Cup history, and I'm getting it's slowly but surely building.
That might stand you in good stead later.
You see what I did there?
Might stand you in good stead later. Yeah, Preds got the memo. Okay, so before we kick off on the World Cup, I must say it's nice to have them. All them Manx, all them lot gone a bit quiet now, you know what I mean? Because we got a few wins back to back and we're up in the table, and all of a sudden they're getting a bit squeaky bum already, you know what I mean? And I bet they're glad for the break because, you know what I mean, we picked up a little bit of form and was on a bit of fire. So before I go into the World Cup talk, what I want to quickly ask you, gentlemen, do you think that having the World Cup break is good because obviously we can get players back injured, or do you think we could have carried on because the form was going good and we was in a good wave of form and things were happening, like especially like Nunez find a bit of form? What do you reckon?
Preds, you can go ahead.
You know what? I'm about 50-50 because I think probably about 6 weeks ago, I'm like, oh, please, let's get the World Cup now, please. And then all of a sudden we picked up this form and it's like, oh, really? Do we have to stop now? So, you know what? We just have to roll with the punches, isn't it? I mean, it's the same for everyone. It just hopefully that when we get back, when the squad reconvene in a month's time or whenever it is, that hopefully we can hit the ground running and carry on that momentum.
Okay. And Stoney?
I think one of the greatest things that could ever have happened was a break in football. I've actually felt like I've actually played for Liverpool from the beginning of the season to now. I must admit, it's been a long time where I think my energy has actually been drained and sapped from the love and investment in Liverpool. So I think for us, it's been an indifferent season. And I'm just really glad for the break. Really glad for the break. I mean, look, I could be wishing something different when we resume on the 26th of December. But yeah, your original question was if I'm happy. Yes, 100%. I'm happy for the break. Okay. I think we needed it.
I'm going to say a good evening shout goes out to Mr. VW, Mr. Vinny. Nice to have you on board as usual, sir. Do remember, people, press that like, that share, and subscribe. And we are also sponsored by Global Mapping Surveys. You can find them at globalmappingsurveys.co.uk. Yeah, all the W's. Don't forget that. Okay, so my take on that is I still believe that I wish we'd have carried on playing because I thought we'd hit that vein of form. And sometimes it's hard to build that momentum, man. It's like to come back now after the World Cup. It could be hard to pick up where we left off and start and continue again. So I personally feel it would have been nice if we could have continued playing myself because I thought we started to do all right. But hey, here we go. So anyway, gentlemen. So, Stoney, who do you reckon is going to win the World Cup then?
Oh my gosh! Do you know I was having this?
Gone for the jugular straight away, boy.
I know. I'm telling you,
no punches.
I'm telling you that Artie didn't even allow me to have any seasoning or nothing. He just went straight in. Do you know what the strange thing was? I've been thinking about this so much leading up to this show and all in a week. Okay, so I'm going to give you who I think anyway, right? I believe that there's going to be a team that's going to reach the final that's going to be completely unexpected, all right? Who that team is, I have absolutely no idea, all right? So that is just one thing I'm going to say, right? I think there's going to be an unexpected team that's going to reach the final. Squad-wise, I believe, and I still don't know why I'm saying this because offensively, they seem quite thin. I believe Belgium are going to reach the final, all right? Even though they have Lukaku and even though Eden Hazard, I have no idea what's actually happened to him since he's gone to Real Madrid. I understand that His form's been indifferent. How he's got into the squad, I have absolutely no idea. All right. So first things first, I believe that Belgium's going to have a good tournament and they're going to get far. Who was the other teams that I mentioned at work earlier? Belgium. Oh, Portugal. I'm looking forward to Portugal this World Cup. So I believe they're going to get far in the tournament. I'm really looking forward to what's the forward that plays for AC Milan? Liao.
Oh, Liao.
Liao. So I think Belgium's going to get far. I think Portugal's going to get far. And I don't know why I still feel France. So those three teams, it's out of one of those three teams, I believe is going to get to the final.
Okay. All right. Before I get to you, Pred's going to say good evening, Mr. R&B. How we doing, sir?
I'm good. Hope everyone is well.
Nice to have you on board. Vinny says he agrees with you, Stoney. I think that's about the point of you saying an unexpected team getting to the final as well. Good evening, Billy says, good evening, gentlemen. Hope we are all well. Good evening to you, sir. Definitely. It will be someone expected to get to the final. So, Preds, who do you think is going to win this World Cup?
I'm going to look through my rose-tinted glasses again, and I'm going to get them out, give them a shine, and go for the 3 Lions. Why?
Moving on swiftly. Anyway. Now, go on, Preds.
No, I go in 3 lines. You know what? Look, listen, I've got to be honest. Them getting into the final of the Euros, it's got to put them in good stead in regards to competition football. And you know it's competition football. There are some strong squads in the World Cup, like there should be. But yeah, I, in my waters, I've got something England.
Okay. So, Brees.
Wow. Oh gosh.
We went straight in, man. No holding back.
Wow. I'm not looking at the usual suspects. Brazil, I think Argentina, Portugal will definitely be a dark horse, and also Denmark as well.
Okay.
I think they're like really well organized. Will the heat play a factor? Supposedly, all of these stadiums are air conditioned now, so literally it's not going to really be about the heat. It's really about the squad more so than anything else. However, again, England have an outside chance as well. If you can look at the team and the age and the experience.
Don't mention that. That's why I'm gonna get to the squad. Yeah, so just hold on there for me one moment. Yeah, don't go into their team. I'm gonna get to the squad.
But yeah, I mean,
stuff to talk about.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like going to be the usual suspects. I can't really see an African team getting to the quarters. Really, it's
why
with squad depth, the draw hasn't really favored the African teams. I mean, probably Senegal and England can actually play each other. I believe is it in the last 16? If things go right, like Mane, we don't know if he's injured or not.
I saw something today saying that he's injured. I saw something today.
Yeah.
Oh, he's injured. He's injured.
He's out.
Yeah.
He has to have surgery.
Yeah.
So so no matter what we say about looking at players who have kind of not been kind of untapped, you still need that quality throughout the whole tournament to actually win it. And the African teams just don't have those kind of lamb-like players. But again, I'm really looking forward to it. Can't wait for the opening game. Is it Iran versus Qatar? Is that the first game?
Sunday.
Yeah. Can't wait to watch that.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch that either. Making sure I put everything off just to watch that game. Bloody hell.
Yeah, I know. That's great.
Okay, so contrary to what Stoney says, Billy says unpopular opinion, but Portugal ain't making it out the group. You reckon?
Woo! Can I just interject here? And once again as well, I think the beauty of this show is everybody's opinion is valid, and I think one thing we've always been consistent on the show is we appreciate everybody's opinions. I think so. Portugal are in Group H. They have Ghana, South Korea, and Uruguay in that group, isn't it? So I think once again, I think it's going to be interesting.
That's a tough group.
Yeah, very much so. Ghana have had an indifferent qualification, as has Uruguay and also South Korea. So you're right, it is a very strong group. But I still believe, I don't know why, I just still believe for Portugal in this tournament, even though João Felix, Simeone for some reason is rubbing up João Felix indifferently, and I think he's gonna be galvanized to be able to play for his national team. So offensively, I think João Felix and Rafael Leão, they're going to be the difference for Portugal, and that's the reason why I believe that they're going to make it out for the group and get to the latter stages from the World Cup. But the beauty thing is, our show is going to continue to be featured throughout the World Cup period. And Vinny, we welcome your thoughts and everybody else to make sure you continue to jump on to see how those teams, especially Portugal, progress. So thank you very much for your opinion, and we appreciate that.
Okay. So, Billy Smith, you got your crystal ball out, mate. You better put some money down. You better put some money down because he's got some talk here. He's got Brazil winning 3-1 against France in the final. England are going to make it to the semi-final, then get knocked out by Brazil, whilst France beat Argentina 1-0. Billy Smith is, I'm telling you.
Has Billy Smith got that octopus, that famous World Cup octopus?
He may do. He may do. All right, gentlemen. Have you seen the betting stats? Who's in the top 5?
I believe Brazil are favourites. Argentina second.
Go on to briefs.
France, Spain.
France are third. Yep.
Yeah. I think England are probably 5th or maybe 6th. But I mean, yeah.
So Breeze, it's like you're looking at the betting stats.
No.
He works for William Hill, mate. I'm telling you that. All right, so Brazil 15-4 favourites, Argentina 11-2, France are 13-2, third place. Joint fourth place is England and Spain 8-1, Germany 10-1, Holland 14-1, Portugal 14-1, and Belgium 16-1.
I don't know nothing about that. That was all gobbledygook to me in regards to 8-1s and all that stuff.
I saw you the other day with the pen behind your ear.
Oh, that's my old man. We look alike.
I'm sure there's a kind of special brew.
Yeah, he's got his Guinness in there. He's got his Guinness and he goes into his office late at night. Boy, I tell you that, man.
Okay, so gentlemen, right. The England squad. I'm gonna mention the players first, and you're gonna tell me, do they deserve to be there?
Go on then.
Yeah. This is where it's gonna get interesting. All right. Do they deserve to be there? So, all right. Goalkeepers: Pickford, Pope, Ramsdale. Do they deserve to be there? All three of them. And who should start?
Pope definitely, in my opinion, yes, in my opinion, I believe Pope definitely has to be there. I think he had a really good season for Burnley, and I think that rich form has been replicated from him actually being at Newcastle. So I know, well, you know what, I should actually say, hopefully Gareth Southgate is tuning into our show here at the moment, and the rest of the England squad. But I do believe that Pope should actually be the starting goalie instead of Pickford.
Okay. Prince?
Yeah, I completely agree. Pickford.
This is your field, Pred. Goalkeepers.
This is goalkeeping. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not the best fan of Pickford. Obviously, for he's a blue, as well. But I don't think he's actually earned the right to be number one. And plus, he's got so many mistakes in him. Look at the game on Saturday. The game on Saturday, he's just a wrecking ball, isn't he? He's just like all over the place. And we haven't had a calm, composed, consistent goalkeeper for England since David Seaman, probably. David Seaman was probably the last real keeper you can think, you can rely on. Can you rely on Pickford? Don't think so. I hope, excuse the pun, but I really do hope that he plays. He deserves to. I mean, look, he's playing well. His team are in the top 4 at the moment. He's making saves at critical times. His concentration is good. And he doesn't look like a risk where Pickford does. So for me, hope gets my
before I get to Tabrice, knowing Gareth Southgate, he'll probably spin it that Pickford has got big tournament experience and all the rest of that yada. But what do you reckon? Do you then? But he also mentions talking about players on form.
Yeah.
So which one is it?
Mate, I think Southgate's got his favourites, hasn't he? You can see it. Yeah, he's got his little. We're going to get to that. Don't worry. We're going to get to that. Don't worry. So, Tabrice.
All right. So I think it should be Ramsdale. My head is saying Ramsdale. If you're going to be picking players on form, Arsenal top of the league, rightly so. However, Pickford has done well in the England shirt. I'm sorry to say that. And with a goalkeeper, because I know Pope played in the last game and he made a horrible mistake.
Oh, yeah.
And I think with goalkeepers, it's like you can't chop and change because literally they are like, I'd say, like the heartbeat of the team. If you don't have any confidence in your goalkeeper, then everything else just goes to pot. And to be fair, in the Euros and in the World Cup, especially in the World Cup, he made some outstanding saves. I still remember the save that he made against Colombia. I don't know how he got there. I don't know if you guys can remember it. It was amazing. He hasn't done nothing wrong. I would go for Pickford, but I think after this tournament, I'll be looking at Ramsdale and Pope to be really going after Pickford. I think Pickford would have to move from Everton to actually keep his number one shirt after the World Cup.
Good. That's a good shout. That is a very good shout, actually. Okay, we are going to get into the defenders. Vinny, you've asked a great question in them comments there, but I won't forget it. Trust me, I will not forget it. I'll definitely go back to that. That's a big question. I do like that. Sparker B, nice to have you on board, cuz. Yep, very nice to have you on board. He's a blue, by the way, a Chelsea blue, but yeah, we'll have that one. He says France and Brazil in the final, England to the semis. Okay.
Interesting.
Nothing wrong with that. That's a good shot. Defenders. Trent, Connor Cody, Dyer, Maguire, Shaw, Stones, Trippier, Walker, and Ben White. This the floor is
That's you know what?
Is that the cream? Is that the cream of our crop? I've got to be honest. Listen, I've got to be honest. Thank God Tyrone Mings is not in there.
Oh, yeah, please.
Well, it's a toss up between him and Dyer. Like I
got to be honest as well, Dyer.
I mean, Dyer shouldn't be anywhere near the England squad. Tyrone Mings shouldn't be anywhere near the England squad. I think everyone knows of Gay and Tomori. I think that's the only defender that I would change for Dyer. I think everyone else. I think everything. Funny enough, I would actually have Maguire in the 26. I'm not saying that. I wouldn't say that he would start, but I would have him in the 26.
Why?
Experience. You know, you can't buy experience.
Experience effing up.
Sorry, what? No, but I wouldn't.
Hold on. All right, listen. My point is this, and this is the reason why I asked this, and this is why I know it's, and I knew it's going to be controversial. Everyone's got their opinions, but the point is this: how many games has he played for Man United this
Not a lot.
season? So how the hell do you get picked on form?
No, but I wouldn't start him though. I wouldn't start him.
And you know what? You're right. I think the conversation that Tabrice has mentioned and also Artie is probably my reservations. Also, I think you actually hit the nail on the head about Tomari. So Milan are second in the league there, right? They played 14 games. They won 13. Tomari has played or been involved in 13 or their 14 games. So for me, the fact that he wasn't picked was a grave concern for me. My issue is with the defenders that Gareth Southgate have picked is, so Kyle Walker's still injured at the moment, right? Harry Maguire hasn't been playing regularly for Manchester United. Luke Shaw has not been playing regularly for Manchester United. John Stones has not been playing regularly for Manchester United, for Man City. Therefore, we're looking at Trippier,
Stoney,
who's played regularly for Newcastle, and yeah,
you was like this. You was like this for a hot minute.
Oh, sorry, I don't know what's going on. That's the dial-up on my AOL, right? My thing is, so Kieran Trippier's playing regularly for Newcastle, right? We've got Connor Cody for Everton, indifferent. In fairness for Eric Dyer, Tottenham are actually at a good position in the league.
In fairness,
yeah. In fairness for Eric Dyer, right? In fairness for Eric Dyer, Tottenham are actually in a good position in the league, all right? So if we're looking at Trippier, forget about Connor Cody, Eric Dyer, Ben White, and then we're looking at Trent. Those are the only defenders in there. And you see what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm scratching my nose here. England have got a problem defensively. They really have a very, very, very big issue. That's my main concern.
Yeah.
Dyer does not deserve to be in that squad, bro.
He doesn't.
No
but you know what? If you're looking at, and I agree with you, Artie, 100%. But if you're looking at, I wonder if Southgate has picked him based on where Tottenham are in the league this season. That's the only thing that I'm wondering. As he said, for me, I would have loved to have seen Tomori included in the squad. But as he said, I'm wondering if Dyer is in there based on Tottenham's form.
You can't have picked him because of where Tottenham are in the squad, then, because then you'd pick Tomori.
True, and that's the point that I was saying about what he's done for AC Milan this season.
Yeah, but that's a fun. When you're saying about people playing and stuff like that. Traore, what's his name? Traore at Milan. Traore at Milan. I mean, I've got to be honest. What's he got to do? What else has he got to do to get into that World Cup stop? Get into the England squad, regardless. Like you've got. I'm gonna be controversial, right? You got Harry Maguire, who since he's moved to Manchester United, he's been absolutely toilet, right? And the things he's able to get away with off the field as well, which I've got to be honest, he deserves everything he gets at the moment, regardless, because he got away with murders off the field, and then still came into the England squad and captained the England squad in the Euros. Like the guy is not a role model for England football and for kids out there. This is a World Cup, but he shouldn't be there. Tomorrow should be there. Dyer again. Dyer, I think he shot his bolt years ago. I don't know what's happened. And Southgate, I think it's a loyalty thing again, where Southgate's got these bunch of players and he's kept them together, and he believes because he's kept them together that this will help us and it will help them grow. But then if you were to put in people like Tomori, and I don't know who else instead of Dyer and Maguire. I don't know.
Yeah, so it gets a bit thin after that, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly. So we're quite way through with defence as well. We've not really got a strong. Remember, England sides going into the World Cup, we've got strong centre half pairings. This one we haven't, but you never know. He might play the 3, might play the 4. Who knows?
Okay.
Well, but like also as well, we have to remember, and again, we can only go on what ex-internationals and ex-players have said, how the England squads that they've been in have been very toxic. And I think what Southgate's done really well from the outside anyway is to merge the media and the England camp together. And everyone seems to be, everyone seems to actually get along. And sometimes, yeah, that does play in your mind. And so, rather than bringing someone that's in form, you can rely on certain players to actually come into the camp that are not going to disrupt the camp, because potentially you're looking at 3 weeks, possibly. So you need a balance in there. Yeah. So again, that so I understand. I totally understand Maguire. I totally understand. Dyer, again, we don't know what he's been up to behind the scenes, and he must be doing something pretty well behind the scenes for him to get into the England squad. But
baking biscuits.
I don't want to mention what he's doing. I'll tell you.
Baking biscuits.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing I can think about.
Okay.
Because boy.
Before I move on to the midfield, Billy Smith says he's with Preds. I have never bet and never understood accumulators of odds. Pickford Pope Ramsdale says 100% deserve it. Pickford is still his number one. So many mistakes, yet never let England down.
It's true.
Let's hear this one now. Billy Smith, hear me out. Smalling. I know he's ex-Man U, so you don't hate him, but what he has done for Roma, he deserves a mention at least.
You know what? Billy Smith.
Interesting.
Very interesting comment.
That is
because he's done particularly well in Roma, under the radar, and he, where it's not known. It's very rare for an English player to go abroad. Well, not nowadays, but now he's gone there unassuming, under the radar, and he's just put his head down and he's just been grafting. And fair play, a great shout, Billy. Great shout.
Yeah.
I
think
Milan
I agree
won the league last season and was vital in defense for Milan winning the league. One of the best centre backs in Serie A currently. So the fact he's not on the plane is a joke.
And he's talking about, and Billy Smith's talking about Tomori there.
Tomori. He is talking about Tomori, definitely, 100%. We say unlucky for Reece James and Chilwell, as they would be vital in a back five Southgate plays. Big shouts goes out to our sponsors, Global Mapping Surveys. Nice to have you on board. Oh my God. Mr. Solar says Smalling is a baller.
Do you know what I like about that comment as well? Thanks once again for Solo tuning in. Look, for people that are unaware, if you're just tuning in, Solo's one of the main people that actually support running the Man United agenda. Man United historian, speaks a lot of truth, speaks a lot of candy sometimes as well, but we all love and respect him. But with Mike Smalling, when he was at Man United, you guys weren't giving him
Chris Smalling,
Mike, yeah, even Chris, you guys weren't giving him flowers. But
no wonder he didn't get picked.
Yeah, as was previously mentioned as well, he almost, and you have to give him credit. I think he's 32. Yeah. He was able to almost reinvigorate himself going out to Italy. And I also think it's a credit to him what he's able to have done. Yeah, they're playing in mid-table underneath. They're with Jose. Is still manager.
Yeah.
He's still able to reinvigorate himself out there as well. So it's a credit to Smalling. Yeah, he's a baller. Would he have featured in front of any of the other defenders that were picked for England for this World Cup? I'm unsure, but credit to Smalling anyway. I think he's done brilliant out in Italy.
And they won a big trophy last season, didn't they?
It's true. Yeah. It's true. Yeah, it's true.
You know what though? To be fair, before you move on, would you not have instead of Dyer and the other guy, Maguire?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you? Would you have gambled on Gomez?
No.
Prince, anyway, as we move on swiftly, very swiftly.
I was asking the question, that's all. That's all the question.
Oh no, I can't believe that actually came out of my mouth so quick. I'm sorry.
See?
Listen, panel, there might be a spot open on the show, lads. So just because you're getting their P45. Savidi, let me know. Billy Smith, let me know about your winning.
I can't believe you. I can't believe you're turning your nose up, but yet you can't believe you're turning your nose up.
Thursday night from 10 o'clock. Yeah, give me a shout, gents. Give me a shout.
All right. Well, you crack on with Dyer and Harry Maguire, then go on, crack on.
Anyway, midfielders. Jude Bellingham, Conor Gallagher, Henderson, Mason Mount, Calvin Phillips, Declan Rice, Phil Foden, Jack Grealish. Oh no, sorry, stop at Declan Rice. Sorry, my bad.
Foden's a forward.
Yeah, Declan Rice. So yeah, midfielders, gentlemen, midfielders. Talk to me.
I would be happy with all of those midfielders, bar Jordan Henderson and Calvin Phillips. Calvin Phillips has played about 1 minute for Man City. How on earth has Calvin Phillips been picked for the England team? I cannot believe that. What I will say is, so we're looking at Phillips, we're looking at Declan Rice, and we're looking at Henderson, who could possibly both play. If they were to play the 4-2-3-1, right? Those two can probably play the two pivots, all right? It's not Henderson's ideal position, but he can actually play this. So for me, Southgate has actually picked Calvin Phillips, knowing that he's actually played hardly any minutes for Man City, and actually then picked him for the World Cup. That is an absolute bananas. There's a player that has probably played more minutes in that position that could have been picked, but I'm not going to mention that person's name. I'm going to leave that for Tabrice.
Stoney, I see someone's mentioned it in the comments.
They have.
Someone's mentioned it in the comments already.
Listen, I'm saying I don't always agree with Tabrice, but even this player has played even more consistently and better than that player this season. I'm telling you, it's a fact. It is a simple fact, Tabrice. I'm telling you.
Okay, listen.
It's the truth.
No, listen. On a real note, though, Calvin Phillips, that is, for me, that is crazy. Actually disgraceful. And the reason why I say that, not just because of my thoughts, but how do you think other midfielders who have been playing and trying their heart out to make the squad, how do you think that they would feel knowing that this guy has played like 45 minutes of football and he gets picked ahead of me?
Crazy.
Mate, brown envelopes are going round, mate, for fun.
Absolutely crazy.
It's a joke. It's an absolute joke, mate. Billy says, according to Prince, he's not a Liverpool fan, but he'd be happy to come on the Philly spot. Okay, here it is. JWP over Phillips.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Go on. The floor is yours. Go on.
JWP, yeah. He has been the reason why Southampton have stayed in the Premiership for so long. Don't forget that he's been playing out of position as well. Everyone, you guys witnessed the goal that Southampton scored. It came off the boot of JWP. He can do a lot more than just take free kicks. He can get around the pitch. And again, it's an insult. Absolute. Phillips is this is the reason why England managers always go to type, because like that is just, that was just a kick in the teeth, absolute kick in the teeth. And you know what, I'm gonna say even Harvey Elliott had an outside chance, because again he's probably the first name on the Liverpool team sheet at this present moment in time. And I mean, Henderson, he's there for the experience. I don't think he's going to get a lot of games personally. I think Gallagher is going to be ahead of him. I think Gallagher is, and funny enough, I literally had Gallagher in my squad because I feel that he will fill in when Declan Rice is absolutely knackered. Because I don't know if you realize what, Declan Rice is probably one of the only England players that will absolutely run himself into the ground. Absolutely. And I think him and Gallagher actually complement each other pretty well. Mason Mount is almost like the Milner, he just does a really, like a good steady Eddie job. Can't really take him out. Horse is in there. Horse is in there. Grealish.
No,
Can't
sorry.
really.
It's not Grealish, sorry.
Grealish. Horse is in there. Bellingham. Bellingham's got to start every game. Like, this guy's got to start every game. So hopefully that will change. I'd say like the fortunes of like how the midfield would actually be. Because again, I think he potentially could like be one of the stars of the World Cup. But yeah, I mean, Calvin Phillips. I mean,
in some ways, I hope not, because it's going to push his price up. So I bloody hope not.
I mean, let's just kind of put like the Liverpool, our kind of Liverpool bias outside right now. We would want any young player to do well, and again, how like he's gone to Germany, he's kind of sacrificed as every elite player, but for him to move to like Germany and then literally bet on himself, I want him to do well.
Of course. Yeah. Okay. So, other than what Stoney says, contrary to what Stoney says, Billy Smith says Henderson should be there for the experience. He has been a true leader for Liverpool and for England, and should be on the plane for the morale and experience at least.
Do you know what, Billy? Billy, your comments are valid, and once again, I think it's important that we're consistent saying the one thing we actually love about this show is people's opinions. So I'm not questioning anything you say. My opinion is I'm thinking to the latter stages of last season with Henderson's performance. For various reasons he dipped, and for this season, for the level that we expect of him and he has expected of himself, I just personally don't think he should have got anywhere near the England squad. And I absolutely love Liverpool, and I actually speak quite highly of Henderson. He can't play more than 60 minutes. So I'm not really sure what he's going to be able to offer being in the England squad. Just my personal opinion. If it was a toss-up between him and any other England midfielders, and I'm just thinking for myself, I'm thinking about Mr. Barnes for Leicester. I would have chosen Barnes over Henderson in a heartbeat. That's just my opinion.
But he plays in a different position.
Doesn't matter. I still would have chosen him in the midfield. RT.
Wow! What? He plays out of the wide.
Billy, we've got an opening.
Wow.
We might have two people.
We've got two.
Wow. You know what? I think.
Hold on, 1 minute to Breeze. You just said right. You don't know like what Henderson could do. What I'm looking at is, we know he can't play full matches and like a lot of matches in a short space of time. But I think when they're talking about the experience, a tight game, you're winning 1-0 or 2-1. Like there's 20 minutes to go. He could be the person who you bring on in the midfield. Sure, and get the guys together and make them play sensible and lead them forward to play sensible football so that they, how they manage the game out, see the game out. I think that could be more of his role, basically. And they would listen to him and galvanize to him because he is a leader.
He's a
leader.
But
I don't think like you said, I don't think he's going to have a prominent role, starting role in that. But yeah.
I think he's going to have a more prominent role than we think, because Henderson over the last few years, and I think we've mentioned it over the last few weeks, months, that Henderson off the pitch, his profile off the pitch, and the respect that he's got from fellow professionals in the Premiership, in the game. I think off the pitch, he's experienced in regards to, he's been to World Cup before, Liverpool captain. He's 32 years old. This is going to be his last World Cup. And I think he brings so much more than just, if you bring him on for the last 20, 30 minutes when we're winning, brilliant, because he's a talker. He gets people going, and he's a shouter.
He organises.
He organises. He leads by example. Okay, his legs can't get him there, but I think Henderson would be a valuable addition to it on and off the pitch.
Can I be provocative here?
Go on, you Christmas villain. Go on, you pantomime villain. You
don't expect nothing less.
So we're and as you said, obviously you've been quite articulate, mentioning the reasons for Henderson obviously being part of the squad for on and off the pitch. But off the pitch, isn't that why England have coaching staff?
No.
Yeah, but you need a go between. You need a go between. You got your squad, all right, and then you got your coaching staff, and in between that, you need a go between. All right. Some people, some staff can talk to Hendo, who can then project something to the lads, or Hendo can take something from the lads that they're not quite happy. That's the link. They've got a little committee going as well.
Yeah, and again, I've only played amateur football, but when the manager says the same thing with the same tone of voice, even I can switch off as a grown man. And I don't know if you guys have watched it. I'm kind of going off tangent a little bit, but there's a Netflix documentary, the only World Cup or football documentary that I would recommend anyone to watch. It's called Captains on Netflix. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Honestly, and again, it it shows exactly what a captain or someone in the leadership role does in the changing room, on the training pitch, and again, exactly what Pres was saying, the go between management and the players. And honestly, it's an amazing watch, and that's the only Henderson has to go. Not saying that he's going to start, but I think in the dugout, I think he'll be also shouting orders and literally motivating everyone around him. And I
hope they pay you well for that, Netflix, for that plug there. Come on here, plugging other people, mate.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
People, our sponsor is Global Mapping Surveys, by the way, not Netflix.
Sorry.
Captains, yeah.
Oh, actually, question to Global Mapping Services. Where's our ticket to Qatar?
And he said it with a straight face as well. Did you get yours? I got mine.
We'll be sleeping on beds and a little corrugated
It's just they don't deliver to South London.
Shipping container.
We got stolen on the way to South London. We got ours down in West, mate. We're all right.
Oh gosh.
West side.
Okay, gentlemen, we are going to move on to the forward line now. And I'm sure there's going to be a bit more controversy here as well. So, Phil Foden, Jack Grealish, Harry Kane, Maddison, Rashford, Saka, Sterling, and Wilson.
Why is Maddison classed as a forward?
I don't know. That's what they put him down as, a forward. I know. Put him down as a forward.
There's a big hurrah over Maddison, isn't there? And I know he's been playing well recently, but it's not. I mean, the way the press and everyone's going on is like he's our key. I think there's a few other players who are key to England performing well at the World Cup. But not to say that he can unlock teams, and when he's on his day, he can do well. I think the forward line is, I think on paper, if you look on paper, that's very exciting forward line. Whether we can produce and whether they can come together and click and have end product, that forward line could cause any country's defense problems.
Okay. Cerise.
I'm gonna go with the word that Press said, exciting. We don't need it, we don't need excitement. We need end product.
Yeah.
We need end product. And if you're kind of looking at Sterling's been out of form for Chelsea, but you can't leave Sterling out, can you? Really? If you're looking at someone who I believe just missed out, I would have loved to seen Harvey Barnes in there, even Ramsey for Aston Villa. I think he's a phenomenal player. Oh, listen, I think everyone knows it's going to be Kane, Sterling, and another
Saka.
Yes, Saka, Foden, whatever it is. Yeah, I mean, but again, it's the best, and Rashford. I understand the Rashford situation as well. He can kind of play in various positions. He has experience now, and yeah, he has a good relationship with Mr. Southgate.
He's the only forward who can play centrally, who can run in behind, whereas Wilson, Kane, they won't be running behind as much. Like you say, Rashford can play on the left as well. And I think Southgate must know, he sees them in training, doesn't he? So he must see something. He must have an idea of the shape that he wants, and that's why he's selected those players.
Okay, Stoney, you've been very quiet, and I'm still waiting. I know Stoney must be the one to bring it up. I know.
No, come on.
I know. It's got to be Stoney.
No, I know. Listen,
my money's on Stoney. My mortgage is on Stoney.
No, I think
I'll pack my bags and leave tomorrow.
No. I think for Raheem Sterling, he's the transition, or I would say the change in manager, the change in systems, the change in positions that Sterling has had to adapt to at Chelsea, probably hasn't worked in his benefit. But I'm very happy that he's actually part of the England squad. He's one of the players that I was happy, the names on there. He can play in variations of offensive positions as well. So Sterling's definitely going to come good. Phil Foden definitely deserves to be in there. We all know Harry Kane's going to be in there. He's going to be selfish regardless. He's going to be in there. Jack deserves to be in there. Definitely Saka. I think my reservations are with the fitness of Callum Wilson.
100%.
He's obviously shown that he's
safe.
Yeah, but he's fit though. No, but
definitely.
Yeah, but fit for how long?
Do you know? I think the main thing with Callum Wilson, and rightly said to Breeze, he's fit right now. Is he going to be fit tomorrow? He seems like he'll get injured picking up a can of beans, and that's my main concern with Callum Wilson. So if Callum Wilson's not there, definitely Rashford, and rightly so. You are mentioning the positions he can also play. And what is he on? 14 games this season, 4 goals. So I don't know.
I think Callum Wilson is guaranteed goals. I don't know what this big debate about Tony and Wilson. It was like
I think that's a no-brainer. If it's between the two players,
it's Wilson.
Even Tony every day.
No, it's Wilson.
That's not even a conversation.
It's Wilson.
That's not even a conversation.
No, listen, 100%. It's not even a conversation.
It's a conversation.
No chance.
One bit.
Ivan Toney every
All
single
day.
day. All day.
Wilson all day.
Not when he's betting, he's not.
Yeah. I bet on him. I bet on him.
Unfortunately, he bet on himself. That's the problem.
You know his name is Ivan Benjamin Elijah Tony IBET.
Oh my God.
You know what? That's liberties. That's absolute liberties. No, listen, I mean, you know what? Okay, credit where credit's due. He's doing well for Brentford, and again, I would class him as a Premiership player. However, he went to the England squad for whatever reason, and Southgate and Matt Holland saw something in training and said, "You know what? He's just not for us for whatever reason."
Because they got the memo, mate. That's why they got the memo that he's going to get charged.
No, you know what? We say that, but does that make them right though? Does that make them 100% right?
They don't want. It doesn't make it right.
Well, hold on, listen. Gareth Southgate is the same guy who we just spoke about, who took Clavin Phillips, who we said, and Eric Dyer, Maguire, but then he decides not to take Tony, and all of a sudden he's right.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying it's political. It's the same. Like I said with Harry, like I said earlier in the show, Harry Maguire before the Euros went abroad, got arrested. Next thing you know, he's still in the England squad. Like
Yeah.
Ivan Toney, you can see. Like, I'm sorry to say, I'm not like trying to diss Ivan Toney. I can just see. I saw the bigger picture, especially when he got picked for England first and foremost. Then all of a sudden he's not in the reckoning, and all of a sudden he's helping with inquiries. Come on, we all know what was going on, and whether he was guilty or not, he was never going to be in England squad with this on his shoulder.
Okay.
Never.
Right, quickly before we continue this conversation, Billy Smith says, "Big up to Brees. I supported you with JWP from the beginning." He said he's happy to see Maddison finally getting recognised for his consistent goals and assists in the Prem. Henderson is vital for the young players to listen to and look up to. Tony and Tammy Abraham over Wilson.
Yeah.
Maddison has been playing right wing or right mid sometimes, so that may be why. Also, we know Southgate likes playing Cam, CM on the right and the left. Billy Smith says Tony clear of Wilson. I get the attraction of Newcastle players, but Tony has been vital,
unbelievable,
playing up, and Tony could be at Chelsea or United. I can't see Wilson doing the same. So just like you said to Brees, how JWP has been vital for Southampton, Ivan Toney has been vital for Brentford, and his injury record is a lot better than Wilson's.
What I'm saying about Wilson has scored goals at Bournemouth and he scored goals at Newcastle, and also as well, you know, you've got to be some type of character to come back from the injuries that Callum Wilson has had. We're not talking about just a little calf injury. We're like talking about like football threatening, like career defining injuries, and he's kind of come back. And you know, he's been banging in the goals, and you know what? He can hold up the ball. He can kind of bring people into play, left foot, right foot. He's a great foil for Kane. Not saying that he's going to start a lot of games. He could be, again, like he could be there just, again,
Listen, Callum
just
Wilson
to be there.
ain't starting in front of none of these guys.
Callum Wilson.
Out of all these guys, he ain't starting in front of none of them.
I think he's better than Tony. I think he's better than Ings. I think he's better than Watkins. He's better than Calvert-Lewin.
Listen, them guys are not in the conversation, though. I don't know why you're bringing them up. They're not in the conversation.
He's better than Tony. He is.
I think. Okay. In all joking aside,
there's no.
I think Ivan Toney, apart from Gomez, when I said Gomez, I think that Tony might offer slightly more in regards to his unpredictability on the World Cup, on the world stage. But maybe this World Cup might have just come a little bit too early for him in his career. Maybe, I don't know. But if I had the choice regards to Wilson, I hear what Tabrice is saying about Wilson. He's a seasoned player, but sometimes you might just want to take a wild card. You know what I mean? And
injured player, mate.
Yeah, but sometimes you take that wild card, and I think Ivan Toney was that wild card.
Okay. All right. So I heard Fred say something about when I mentioned about the forwards, about excited. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you this now. I read that front line there. I ain't excited at all, bro. I'll tell you what excites me is when I hear names like Anthony, Gabriel Jesus, Martinelli, Neymar Jr., Pedro, Rafinha, Rodrigo, Vinicius Jr. That excites me. And I want to be on edge of my seat. I'm waiting. I'm looking for when is their games. I need to. And who is this guy going to start? That excites me.
Well,
that Grealish.
I can't believe you put.
You crazy?
I can't believe
I'm supporting my own nation.
I'm not disputing.
Nothing wrong. Listen, I've got to be honest. You over the years, you've had better players on paper for Brazil. They haven't produced. I'm not saying they're not going to produce, but you saying about all those players
haven't produced.
I'm not as a team, as a nation. I'm just saying.
They've won the World Cup more times than Brazil.
I'm not saying that they haven't won the World Cup, but not even consecutively, have they? They haven't won it consecutively. They haven't got a stranglehold on it. It's not. I'm not saying that. Okay, England's won it once, Brazil's won it thingy. But you're saying about these players exciting you. these players, yeah, they may look exciting on paper, but how many times has a Brazilian team looked exciting on paper but haven't produced?
They've done better in England.
Yeah, I can't believe
I'm
Artie
not
said.
saying they haven't. Not saying they haven't, but when you're talking about me supporting England, I'm supporting England. And
I didn't say
when I
about
see
you
that,
supporting England.
when I'm,
Listen
yeah,
to
I
what
know.
said.
I'm just
You
what I'm
said
saying.
it's
Hold on a second. No, yeah, that's what I'm coming to. I'm supporting England, and when I see these players on the paper, I'm excited because they're young, energetic, technically gifted, great good England players. Now they're potentially good players. They need to be great players by going into the World Cup and performing. And I've got to be honest. Why not? Why shouldn't we support? Why shouldn't we be excited with those players? We're England.
I'm telling you,
like,
I'm telling you my opinion. I don't feel
no,
excited
fair enough.
by the names. They don't excite me.
Yeah, but you didn't pick England to win the World Cup, so you wouldn't excite you.
You know,
they don't excite me. I'm going to send a massive shout out goes out to Mr. Silver. He's another one of was part of the FTN Sports Network. He's an Arsenal fan, massive on the Arsenal section. And I'll tell you what, he's the one when you get that thumbnail that comes out with the pictures and that. That's the guy responsible. Yeah, he does the thumbnails for us. A big shout goes out to Mr. Silver. Nice to have you on board. RJ, my good friend. How you doing, sir? I bumped into him today. Nice to see you, RJ. He says, Wilson for me. He compliments Kane as a foil as opposed to a direct replacement in Tony. And Billy's saying, I told you Brazil. And here he goes. He's even mentioning Edison, Alisson, Thiago Silva, Marquinhos, Milano, Bremer.
No, but you see, Artie, like the moment you said, I get excited about Gabriel Jesus, then I'm like, Harley, you know what? Time out here. Time out. Like, come on. Let's be real. If like his name was like Gary Johnson, and like, you know, and if he did the same thing for England, no one would be excited. Because again, like he doesn't score that many goals. He's, you know, like he's like just a willing runner. So I think
he's more than a willing runner. The boy's got skills in his feet. You can't deny that.
I think with Brazil, listen, I think with Brazil,
he looks like a Brazilian.
No, but again,
unlike
I think.
Fred.
But I mean, again, I think Fred plays differently for Brazil than he plays for
United. No, what I mean, his techers reminds you of Brazil. He's got techers, bro, mad techers.
But I'm saying Brazil are going to win it. I think, but again, I think it's the mystique about Brazil. It's the samba. It's literally how they how they used to play football in 1970. Like again, like people say that was probably like the best Brazil squad.
Yeah,
if you can have look at like the list, Casemiro and Fabinho, they're not really Brazilian type players. Like and again, Gabriel, Jesus.
You had Dunga. He's similar to them guys, and Casemiro is a better baller than Dunga. Same position, but more tech. Casemiro's got more techers.
Well, like then, if you're kind of looking at like the front three back in the day, so we had Berberto, Romario, Rivaldo.
Now that's exciting.
And as I'm saying, Ronaldinho. I'm saying Edmundo.
You had Adriano as well.
Adriano and 9.
That's beyond excitement.
Wow. I'm saying now that's Rafinha and even Richarlison, they've not really done anything.
No, I didn't mention Rich. I left him out.
You got included him though.
I didn't call him, and I didn't call him on purpose. That definitely don't excite me, bro. Did you not realize that? I called everybody else apart from him.
Yeah, I clocked it, but like, yeah, I don't particularly.
I left him out, man. I was never going to call him, and not just because he plays for Everton. He's nah. So,
I think I think England. I think Phil Foden. If like we can get the Phil Foden from Man City playing for England, I'm telling
100%, you, 100% for me.
Deadly.
100% for me. He's one of those ballers for me. 100%. Phil Foden. I've been speaking it for a time. Watching this guy play, he's the truth. One of the guys who are born to play football, his techers and his like them guys from up north. They just got that scatty business. I don't care. You're like 20, whatever you're playing. I'm gonna show you what I can do. I got mad respect for this guy. I think he's going to be one of the best ballers in the world in a while. Phil Foden's his tackles is mad.
I agree with you, mate. He's one of those. He's one of those, and he's a pest. Off the ball, he's a pest because he's all over you. And then on the ball, he's now starting to, like, his decision making's getting better. And like Dupree said, if we can get the Phil Foden who plays for Man City playing for England, same style, again, exciting.
I've only got one question on that.
Go on.
Is he better than Curtis Jones, who signed a new contract for Liverpool?
Oh my!
Yo, let me tell you something, Stoney. If KB was here, we'd call him the stripper. Yeah.
The stripper.
Stripper.
Oh,
Look, the Breeze had to take a break from that one.
Wow!
Oh my goodness!
Wow!
Listen, earlier on, it was posted in our group about Curtis signing a new contract, and it was mixed conversations. Like, why has he got this new contract? Blah blah. Others were saying, look, he's a local lad, give him a chance. He's only 21. You know what I mean? You can see he's got some potential. Give him a chance to develop and blah 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 and the rest of it. So it was a bit 50-50 on Curtis Jones. I'm still 50-50 because you know what? He is still young, but he hasn't come on as well as he should have done for me in the time that he's been playing. You know what I mean? First team football. He hasn't come on in how he should have done. When you look at, like you mentioned, your Phil Foden, your Saka.
I was going to say that. Yeah.
You understand? When you look at them guys, he hasn't.
Harvey Elliott's as well.
Harvey Elliott as well. That Harvey Elliott and them that's come and pass him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm a bit. You know what I mean? Why have they? Well,
I mean, that's a great point you make, because you got to think about it. They're giving them another contract, but this kid has been surpassed by not only one or two players, but three or four. Who've gone past him. And okay, that he's been injured, and maybe that might have something to do with it. He's been injured for a while, and I really do hope that this is a turning point for Curtis Jones. He's got the contract. This is a turning point, and now he has to start. He has to start producing.
100%.
Good luck to him, but he's got to start producing.
Rodders says, Rodders is getting back a bit though. Zico.
I can't believe we ain't mentioned the greatest man, the greatest player in the whole time. Pele.
Well, Pele, come on. Yeah, that's we're really going back there. Josimar, Jorginho,
Socrates.
We could really go in with these boys.
Yeah.
Brazil has a natural talent to please the eye with the skills and talent. So to have all of them in one team screams of excitement.
Yeah, but they've got to work.
Well, this is why you've got players like Casemiro and Fabinho around you. But it won't be the same because Southgate won't use him in the same ways we saw against Germany. Foden was awful, and Saka and Mount came on and changed it massively. Good point, Billy Smith. He's talking about Foden and how he's used. You're talking about the Foden from Man City, but will he get used like that? They're saying that Billy Smith is saying that he won't because of how Southgate plays. RJ saying Curtis Jones, an Everton level player. Just saying, too right. Give me 10 million, and they could have him, mate. They could definitely have him.
10 mil.
Senan, as they would say, Senan. And don't hang on. Okay, gentlemen. So, I'm not even going to go through these other squads right now. The Argentinian squad is looking
so much.
I'm telling you, when I look at the teams as well, these are the teams that, you know what I mean, I'm interested in. Like, if it was like 3 o'clock in the morning and I get up at 6, I'll be up. I'm watching that game, bro. I need to see these players play. You know what I mean?
You know what's interesting about this World Cup, and what's kind of getting me my interest in, is that normally in the World Cup there's that 4-week build up, isn't there? After the season's finished, the 4-week build up, and then you got the friendlies, and then. But this one here is like, right, everyone's ready, everyone's on green, everyone's ready to roll, everyone's played a suitable amount of games. Well, some players have. So everyone's kind of at their peak. So it's going to be very interesting what teams start quickly, because you've got to win your first game in competition football. It's a must. You have to win your first game. And it's going to be interesting. If all these squads realize their potential, it's going to be a very, very exciting, messy free kick. Messi
Billy
World Cup.
says sad it is Messi and Ronaldo's last World Cup. Very true.
I don't think it's sad.
Things have to move on, man.
Yeah, exactly. Like, listen, I mean, I'm actually more sad that it's Modric's last World Cup than Messi and Ronaldo's. Like,
Why is
again,
that?
Sorry,
Because
Modric is an ultimate professional. He didn't come into form until his late 30s, and again, he's been grafting. Went to Tottenham, went to Real Madrid again. Very unassuming, and he came out on top in the 2018 World Cup as, for me, like the best player in the world. Rightly so. It could be a little bit controversial, but I'm glad this Messi Ronaldo thing's done now. Like, let's now look at the next crop of players now. Let's kind of look at like the next style of football, because we've been talking about Messi and Ronaldo for too long.
okay, so before we get to the quiz, then who are you classing as the next crop?
You're looking at Haaland, you're looking at Mbappe, you are looking at Phil Foden.
I'm not gonna get it yet.
That Portuguese forward that plays for AC Milan, that
Leao.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm looking forward to. Leao. Yeah.
So I'm actually looking forward to how those players kick on.
RJ says exciting to see what Mbappe does at this World Cup.
I don't think he's going to do. You know what? You know what's quite interesting, and that's such an excellent point. Sometimes we have predicted players that will possibly shine. I believe me when I'm saying this. I am not questioning how much of a wonderful player Mbappe is. I don't think he's going to shine this World Cup. I don't think it's going to be about him. I think it's going to be a player that is not on the radar, that is actually going to be the player that's going to shine. The same thing that I was saying when at the beginning of the show. I do believe that there's going to be a team that we don't expect that's going to get to the final. Now, I'm not saying they're going to win it, but I think there's going to be a team that's going to get to the final that we don't expect. And I also believe that there's going to be a player of the tournament that we don't expect as well.
Billy Swift says Haaland versus Mbappe. And before I get to your comment, this is a good point as well. Yeah, France losing Pogba and Kante, which was crucial to their World Cup run. Yeah, that's basically your engine room.
So what was that one? Sorry, I do apologize. What was that comment?
France losing Pogba and Kante, which was crucial to their World Cup run.
I think it's more detrimental they lost Kante than Pogba. In regards to Kante.
He plays well for France, though.
Yeah, he does.
He plays very well for France.
But in saying that as well,
Spain's for France, to be fair.
But Kante lets all the boys go and perform. Like Kante goes and does everything, and then he says, "There you go, Benzema. There you go, Mbappe. All right, go and fill your boots." Like whereas, and he even does it when Pogba's playing. Kante gets the ball, gives it to Pogba, and then Pogba starts things off. So I think I definitely agree that I think for France it's going to be a big loss with not having Kante and Pogba there, but I think the other midfielders that France currently have this season. I mean, Rabiot's had a really good season for Juve, and I think he definitely deserves to be part of the French squad. That's my personal opinion. Listen, they got Camavinga in there as well. He's a silk, and they've got the young guy Shaminga that we were meant to have bought from Monaco that went there as well.
Yeah.
So even if you're looking at those three midfielders, that's amazing. And in fairness, Guendouzi's actually had quite a good season for Marseille as well, So I think he's going to have a good World Cup as well. So yeah, definitely Pogba and
Tuchemani. That's
that's correct. Yeah. So
I told you lot, Real Madrid.
They've got a beautiful midfield there. And obviously got Fofana as well at Monaco, right?
Yes.
So they've got a very good midfield. And as I said, going back to what I was saying before, we got Henderson. We've got Calvin Phillips. Come on.
This is why I refuse to
Come
get
on.
excited by that team sheet.
Come
man.
on.
This
Come
is why I
What,
refuse.
Stoney? Stoney, you're a horrible guy. You're horrible. You're bursting my bubble, man. You're bursting my dream out here, bruv. You know when when the point, just when you get that point, it's like ting. Oh, wow, okay, that's it.
Burst
There's
that,
a
yes.
difference, man.
Whoa.
That is like driving a customized Maybach, and me, that is like Pred's driving a customized Maybach and me being in a Skoda. There's just such a different level there, and that is what the issue is going to be with England midfield. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. Look, we look forward to it anyway.
Listen,
Okay,
there's a few
before
young
we
boys there.
move on swiftly, we're gonna. Itaya says, "Who is everyone's dark horse nation in these finals?"
You know what? I watched a documentary last night, and it was about the Black Stars, the Ghanaians, and I just kind of got drawn into it. And everyone had the story. They were telling a story and of the old players and the new players and the new generation, and I wouldn't be surprised if Ghana kind of was a bit of a surprise. I know
Okay.
Spree said about that. I know Spree said earlier about the African teams, and I totally agree with you. I'm just being a little bit emotional when I saw it on TV last night. I thought, you know what, the game names.
I think my only thing with that, and as you said, you're right. They could be probably about the Black Stars. My only thing coming into this World Cup with the Black Stars is this: who have they played? They played Madagascar. They played Central African Republic. They played Japan.
Can we move on?
They played Chile. They played Japan, and they played Nicaragua. So I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there.
Is it like,
you know?
Is it like
sorry.
Madagascar a film?
Listen. When he said
like
that, when he said that to Breeze, I'm thinking of my kids.
And me too.
I'm
saying, I'm thinking, is
just
it
saying.
like Madagascar with a lion?
Hey, Stoney, get out of my head, mate. You're living rent free in there, bro. Get out of my head, bro.
Oh my days. Who's your dark nation?
Denmark. I think.
Oh, yeah.
I think Denmark's got a favourable group. They're in the same group as France. I think Australia. I can't remember the other group, the other team, but I think that Denmark played well in the Euros. Very unlucky not to. Well, no. I mean, England deserved to win, but again, they literally really took the game to England. And I think Denmark are going to be a team that's going to surprise a lot of people.
Okay. All right. So, where are we now?
Can I change mine? Because Stoney's this guy.
No. Sorry, man. Sorry. We're taking your first answer, and that's it.
Sorry. You know, when it comes to stats, this hits me in my kidneys, man. I'm sorry, man.
Who is more exciting, Netherlands or Belgium?
Netherlands. And that was going to be.
Stoney's thinking about this one.
Can I say the only question mark about Netherlands? I don't know. Do you know what it is? Things always throw a little spanner in the work. It's Van Gaal, isn't it? The manager of Netherlands this season, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think my only concern this year is the goalie. Their main goalie this year. How old is Ronaldo?
Oh,
Ronaldo, 37.
37.
Yeah.
And I know they usually say goalkeepers
age well. Be careful, mate.
Age well, yeah.
Age like fine wine.
The current one goalkeeper is 39 playing for Ajax, right? Just hear me out on this, all right? And the other two goalkeepers that they've got between them, they've got 8 caps between them. 8 caps between the other two goalkeepers. So I'm thinking, as much as the dark horse may be for Netherlands, at the back they're going to be breached. So no, I can't see Netherlands getting anything from this. I say this as well. I think it's going to be a really big loss that Genie's not with them. for this World Cup as well. I really feel sorry for him as well.
He does very well for the Netherlands.
Very well.
Yeah. So
Does a lot
I
of
really
goals.
feel sorry that Gene is not going to be there.
He plays in an advanced role, doesn't he?
Yeah, but I think goalkeeping is where they're going to be a bit suspect. But sorry, I think the question was, who do we see the dark horses? And I know at the beginning of this the show, my preference was Belgium, Netherlands, and I can't remember who the other one, but it was definitely Belgium or Netherlands for me.
Okay, so Billy Smith says his dark horse is South Korea.
Okay.
Next time you spell check.
Yeah, Sutuka.
Yeah.
Sutuka.
Can I say something, Billy Smith? And you have to literally do it within 1 second because I don't want no Google search. Name me 5 South Korean players. Why you believe they're going to be a South? Why you believe that they're going to be a dark horse? No Google search. 5 seconds. 5 South Korean players.
Wow, 5.
Put it in the comments right now, sir.
That's a lot, you know.
5. I'm telling you, mate. Knock it down to 3. Come on, man.
Isn't it, man?
5.
No, I'd say 2.
D. Lee. Chung Lee.
No.
Wow.
You know what? We actually gave him some airtime as well. We were like, what? Where's he come from?
You could have me in there as well. Article Lee. Yeah, you could put me in there.
Strange.
Oh, here he goes.
Okay.
What?
Who?
Do Hung. You know what? Yeah, but everyone knows Song. Like,
yeah, everyone knows Song.
Yeah,
Someone else.
Billy had time to go on Google. Don't worry about it.
That's what I'm saying.
France and RJ saying Uruguay. That's another good shout.
Yeah.
Another good shout. Very good shout there, RJ. But very good going forward. Not so sure about the back. But yeah.
I think the USA are going to be trouble for England, you know. I don't know why people are saying, oh, yeah, it's going to be an easy...
They've got Iran, USA, and then Wales.
Okay.
Yeah,
I agree with you about America.
I think they're going to slap Iran, and then it's going to be tough games against the USA and Wales for them. Especially
the young guy from... Do you know whether the young guy... USA have got... Is it Tyler Adams that plays for Leeds? Did he make the squad?
I'm not sure, you know.
I'm not sure.
They've got a young guy called Tyler Adams.
I think he
did make USA. I wonder if he made the squad. If anybody knows in the comments, please pop it in. I have no idea. All right. It'll be interesting to see whether Tyler Adams made it. He's played good for Leeds this season.
RJ saying Federico Valverde, Darwin Núñez, Suarez. Yeah, listen. Uruguay is another good shot. It's another, you know what? It's not a bad outside bet. Do it each way bet.
All right,
each way. What's each way? What are you talking about? Each way? What's all that about? Each way they kick the ball, or what?
Don't worry, son. Don't worry.
Do you remember Sebastian Coates that used to play for us?
Of course.
He's a linchpin.
He's actually playing for Sporting Lisbon at the moment. He's actually made the squad, you know.
He's doing well.
He's the linchpin.
Made the squad.
He's been doing well.
Yeah, he's made the squad for you.
He's been doing very well. I said before Mane got injured, mine was Senegal, but now I agree with Denmark.
Right. Okay.
Tyler Adams and Brendan Aronson in the USA World Cup squad. Thank you very much for that, RJ.
Aronson.
Right. Update.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, gentlemen.
What about? Oh, sorry. One more. What about Golden Boot?
Oh, it's a breeze. Great shout.
Wow.
Great shout.
Oof.
Well done, son. Great shout. Yo, next time, right, as the host, you give me that information first.
Wow. that is
in it. Give man the heads up. Give him the heads up.
Stripes. You know what I mean? I trying to look some stripes. Yo, listen.
That's very good.
Yo, that's why RJ says RJ's a Leeds supporter, right? So that's why he would know that about Tyler Adams.
Tabri should have known that, though.
Good point. Yeah, listen, kick him while he's kick him. Wait, no, Fabrice, no, for real. Great shout. That is a great shout, actually. Woo! Woo!
Right. You know what? Is it okay if I go first?
No, of course, man. Of course.
Yeah.
I think this player has had an absolutely amazing season for his domestic team and nationally as well. My player is the player who actually won the Ballon d'Or this year as well. So for my golden boot, I'm going for Benzema. That's who I believe is going to get the golden boot for this World Cup.
Big shout. Big shout.
Oh.
That's a big shout.
All right. So you asked the question. I know you must have some thoughts on it then.
You know what? No word of a lie. I'm actually going through some of the groups, and I'm looking at the biggest teams and their talisman and the teams that they're playing against. And I'm looking at Harry Kane. Like he could get a few goals against Iran.
Yeah.
Considering
that he takes penalties as well and he shoots from
anywhere. So I'm looking at Kane, Brazil. I've got Cameroon and Serbia. I'm not too sure if anyone.
You see, that's what I'm saying. The difference is for me with Brazil, I don't think they got that out and out goal scorers going to score a bag of goals, but they score goals throughout the team. That's what I see with Brazil.
Can I just interject something while you guys are just thinking about that? You know, one thing that's been quite interesting in
Preds is googling shit. Watch Preds.
I'm actually Google. I gotta Google this, man. I gotta Google.
Listen, there's too many players out there. You need to kind of have a look.
Yeah, man.
So while you're thinking, Preds, bear in mind what I'm going to say is not based on what Tabrice is mentioned, because it's something that's been spinning around in my head. Okay. You see, leading up to this World Cup, England's first fixture is against Iran. All right. So for me, you guys are going to have way more knowledge internationally than me. And I don't mind because it's not Liverpool. So, you know, I'll leave that flag there. All right. I don't think much of us on the panel or anybody in the comments really know much about the Iranian squad. So I think there's a perception that England are going to have a goal fest against Iran. I can't actually see that. I still say, and I'm going to stand by this, what I say. I still believe that first game against Iran is going to be a draw.
Wow.
I still believe that. Just remember, please, whatever anybody does.
All right. Stoney, live on air, as you said that.
Still, and because
no, stick a pin, live on air.
100%. That game against Iran is going to be a draw.
Let me finish. I beg you.
The man says, "Stick a pin in it, rude boy."
Listen, can we have a bet on that?
Ooh.
Yeah, £50.
That
what?
England win.
£50.
Game.
No, it's going to be a draw.
No, I'm betting that England win that game, and you're saying it's going to be a draw. I'm saying no.
Okay, live on air right now. Okay, if England beat Iran, I will be giving you £50, RT.
Okay. Frank, nice for my Christmas presents.
Yeah. And the reason why I say that I have no issue with that at all. All right.
And if England is a draw, I will be giving Stoney 50 quid.
Fine.
Okay.
Two of the teams that was mentioned prior to this conversation with me and RT was Senegal, probably doing well this World Cup, and also Uruguay. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Both of those teams actually drew against Iran prior to the World Cup.
That's all right.
So as much as people are saying that England may well beat Iran or Uruguay may well advance and do well, and also Senegal, they both drew against Iran. Iran are going to be aware of the climate. They've got what's the gentleman's name that was at Manchester United?
Carlos
Queiroz. Yeah, Queiroz. Yeah. He's still actually managing Iran as well. It's going to be a draw.
Yeah.
It's going to be a draw. And as he said, RT, my bet with you remains the same. It's going to be a draw.
Cool. Lovely.
Wow.
Lovely, jubbly.
Hey, Tabrice, I bet you get a fruit balance.
Tabrice, I bet you that JWP never plays in a World Cup. How's about that?
Alvarez, yeah, a great shout. That's a great shout.
I actually says Golden Boot, Alvarez.
Yeah, because they've got Saudi Arabia, some other team like lesser teams in there. Well, supposedly lesser teams in there.
Is that the Alvarez that plays for Man City?
Yeah.
Yes, man.
Yeah, for Argentina.
And he knows how to score a goal.
He's deadly.
Let me tell you, Mr. Italia, he is an encyclopedia in sport, everything. He's like a sporting omnimac. And when he brings in players, I'm like, I never thought about them, and then he brings them out from nowhere. So can you text me next time the players before we go on live?
So hold on.
It is a tough one.
Well, I mean, like Tabri said though, Tabri's got a point. If England go on point and Kane is the spearhead, and Kane could quite easily be, Golden Boot. But then you've got, Vinicius as well. Vinicius he scores goals for Brazil. You got Neymar. Mate, this World Cup's got a plethora of goal scoring ability.
But I mean, Brazil's group's pretty hard. Cameroon and Serbia and Switzerland. And those teams don't really concede a lot of goals.
Yeah, very true.
Very true. You got to look at the other teams, and Kane, Alvarez, good shout.
Good shout. Yeah, very good shouts. Very good shouts. Very good shouts. Yeah. Woo! Okay, gentlemen. Are we ready now to bust the brain?
No, absolutely not.
You said you did your homework, Preds.
But then I do my homework, and then I get people. I get people like Stone. Yeah, but then I get.
Yeah.
No, I'm not lying. I'm not lying. I really did. I took some time out today.
The homework. Yeah.
Hey, listen. Even in my lunch today, I was looking at World Cup facts, right? And I come up World Cup facts, and then all of a sudden, geezer called Stoney comes on live and just bursts my bubble. So now I'm second guessing myself.
All right. Okay, gentlemen. World Cup quiz questions.
Oh, good.
Hold on. Let me get my
right. And I'll just say, look, phone is going off there.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on.
I will ease you in with the first question. Give you an easy one so you guarantee the point. Yeah. For the first one, and then we'll turn up the heat a little bit.
Do you have to write this down?
Yeah, please, because I want none of this. You know what I mean? Suspect business. You get me?
Hey, Lee. If you don't need to turn it up, bro. Don't need to turn it up if you don't want to. Nice. Let's keep it simmering. Oh, hello.
Yeah, we're gonna switch it up now so I can see when you're not showing me the original answers. And all those in the chat room, please do get involved as well. Yeah. And gentlemen, no looking in the chat room for any hints or help. Yeah.
Yes, Stoney.
And before we start that, B. Smith says it's either Golden Boot is either Son or Benzema for him.
That's it. Benzema.
Yeah. Hey, that's a great shout, Benzema.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, actually, you know what? Sorry. Before I start the quiz, I forget. Just reminded me. And let's just do this quickly as we can, yeah? Vinny's question. I can't leave that out. I cannot leave that out. Earlier on in the show, he asked, what was your best World Cup squad? And also, what was the best World Cup squad that you saw that actually didn't win the tournament?
Cool, blimey.
And I know I said quickly.
Yeah, that's not a quick question.
That's really good. And bearing in mind, right, I'm saying
big question.
I was not born when it was black and white. All right.
Lies.
I was not born when it was black and white.
It says otherwise, bro.
But you know, it
would have that sort of peppered that.
I think it would have been amazing to actually see. I think, was it between like the 1950 and 1973, what that Hungarian squad was like? People always spoke about what that Hungarian squad was like when Puskás and everybody was involved in that. I would love to have seen what that was like in real life. So what they beat, like, I think it must have been the mid-50s when they beat England, innit? So I think apparently that squad was probably the best team that never ever won the World Cup. So that's what my one would have been. That Hungarian squad.
He's saying the Dutch squad of 74 that didn't win it.
They had a rubbish goalkeeper.
Hold on. Fitzbrian is saying Holland as well.
Yeah, they had a rubbish goalkeeper, man.
Yeah. Just before my time, I tell you, it says just before his time, Brazil 82 squad.
Yeah, all right, before your time.
Billy Smith is saying Spain 2010.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah. I'm liking it.
I would say
even England side back in, when was it? When we had the golden age with Ferdinand, Gerrard, Scholes, that golden age, that golden
take your
era.
pick, really, innit? I mean,
yeah.
I think also probably the 98 Brazilian squad, Zidane squad, the two identical headers.
But there was factors behind that, and when we come off show, I'll mention to you guys a program to watch. So Brazil not winning in 1998. I'm not going to give a plug to the program, but remind me when we come off.
Stoney knows, mate. Stoney knows where he spreads butters. Trust me, he knows where he spreads butters and breeze. He's a true professional. Take a leaf out of his book. Yeah.
The Breeze is on TikTok. Yeah, come on, I get mentioned.
How many likes did I get for this?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Also say Brazil 82 as well. Yeah.
I was
great question.
Online.
Squad with the Brazil squad with Ronaldinho, Ronaldo, and all that. Definitely one of my favorites, I must say. But one of those best ones who didn't win it. I can't leave out Spain as well, man. Spain was bad, winning the Euros and the World Cup as well, and the football that they played. Top stuff, top quality stuff.
Or were the opposition just rubbish?
Or did they make them look rubbish? Did they make them look rubbish because they couldn't get the ball? Remember that. The football that they played, you couldn't get the ball.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, let's get this quiz popping, gentlemen. Let's get it popping. All right. So, first question, easy point. It's an easy pie, gentlemen, yeah? Which nation has won the most World Cups? Germany, Italy, Colombia, Brazil.
Well, out of that group, or
Well, I didn't say them for the fun of it, did I, Prince?
I'll tell you what, there's a bit of action going on there, isn't there? I'll tell you what, only answer question.
Oh, shit.
Oh my gosh.
Now, going back to me question.
I just mentioned them randomly for the fun of it. Right. I just thought I'd throw them out there.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
Just need some clarification.
Let me be a bit more specific, right? I'm going to give you some multiple choice questions. All right?
Okay.
All right, cool. Next. Which country became the first from Africa to compete in the World Cup finals? Egypt, Morocco, Tunisia, Algeria.
So when you say World Cup finals, okay, you mean the tournament, right?
Here we go again. Yo, Billy, send in that CV, bruv. send me that CV.
I've got Stoney bursting my bubble. Now I've got you give me sub. See, after all this, I've forgotten the question.
Oh my gosh. Which country became the first from Africa to compete at World Cup finals? Egypt, Morocco, Tunisia, Algeria.
Woof.
Got this one.
Woof.
All right.
Wow.
Next, moving on. Next, question 3. In 1986, who became the first England player to be sent off at a World Cup finals?
Joe
Terry
Gomez.
Butcher, Steve Hodge. Who? Who'd you say?
Joe Gomez.
Yeah. No, it was JWP. Terry Butcher, Steve Hodge, Brian Robson, Ray Wilkins.
Wow.
Okay.
In 86.
That's the one.
I'm gonna go for it.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
I know because before that it was.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I've gone for it.
All right. We're moving on, gentlemen. This should be question number 4, yeah? Okay, good. In 1998, what was the significance of Laurent Blanc's winning goal against Paraguay in the last 16 match? It was the first silver goal in a World Cup history. It was Blanc's first and only goal for France. Blanc was also sent off in the match. It was the first golden goal in a World Cup history.
Wow.
Blanc scored in the 114th minute.
So who is that game against?
Paraguay.
That when he used to have Schillervain goal.
Huh?
Is that when he used to have Schillervain goal?
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
Goal scoring
funny.
free kick scoring goalkeeper.
Oh.
Hold on, sorry. What was the? Oh my god! I think it's. Who's typing?
It was the first silver goal in World Cup history. It was Blanc's first and only goal for France. Blanc was also sent off in the match. It was the first golden goal in World Cup history.
No, I am, because I haven't got my thing. I'm just typing it in on an iPad for my answers.
All right. I trust you, bro.
Yeah.
When I add the scores, I'll see though. I'll debate that.
I don't know that one. That's just... Fifth question, right?
Okay. Fifth question. In 2010, Spain's victory in South Africa set which record? They won all 4 knockout matches by the same score. The only champions to lose the first match. Fewest goals scored by a champion. Fewest number of individual goal scorers.
Ooh.
Or all of the above.
Basically, they set a record.
Or all of the above.
Man. Right.
Okay.
Okay. So, number 6. Only one host nation has ever been eliminated in the group stages. Can you name them? Italy, United States, South Africa, Russia.
Can you name the countries again, please?
Italy, United States, South Africa, or Russia? Okay.
Ooh.
Number 7. I've got more, so I think I'll do one more after this, yeah? But I've got more, but I think we'll keep it at 8. Who is the oldest player ever to score a World Cup goal? Pele, Maradona, Salas, Roger Miller.
You just say that name again, please.
Pele, Diego Maradona, Marcelo Salas, Roger Miller. Oh no, I have to ask this other question as well, yeah? One more. One more question. Who is the all-time leading scorer at the Men's World Cup? Ronaldo, Messi, Henry, Closer. That should be 8 questions here, gentlemen.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna leave it there. I won't go. I'll leave it there. I'll save the rest for next week. And thank you very much for all those in the group, in the comments, getting involved. Okay, so gentlemen, question number 1. You're buying your guaranteed point. Which nation has won the most World Cups? Germany, Italy, Colombia, Brazil.
Brasilia.
Is there an order in which we have to go in?
No, you've written it down, so it's all good.
Okay.
What's
Brazil.
that?
Brazil.
Okay.
Brazil. Ah.
Okay, 1 point each, gentlemen. There we go. Number 2 was which country became the first African country from Africa to compete in the World Cup finals? Egypt, Morocco, Tunisia, Algeria.
Can we get double points if we get the year?
But
I was born in that year.
Seriously?
Yeah, man.
All right. We'll go. All right.
No. You can't change the rules now.
I'm interested. No, I'm very interested. I'm very interested.
I want to see what
change the
team.
rules.
That's the year of my birth.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So should I go first or last?
No, go
You
first.
go
Go first.
Okay,
Should I go first?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going for Egypt, and the year of my birth was 1934.
Okay.
Hold on. What? 1934.
I'm a throwback.
To Bruce. Bruce's face.
Has he been frozen all this time?
To Bruce.
I didn't get this from Asda, you know.
The salt and pepper. Ooh.
I'll put Tunisia.
Okay. And Preds?
I put Tunisia.
Okay.
Was
Egypt.
that on the list?
Egypt, 1934. I was very.
Told you that was the year I was born.
I was very interested to see that, Stoney. Well done.
Told you that was the year I was born.
In 1986, who became the first England player to be sent off at a World Cup finals?
What year was it? Did you say?
1934.
No, we've moved on, Stone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
When you get to his age, mate. When you get to
I
his
know
age,
exactly. It's
you know what I mean?
When you walk into a room, you go,
He goes a bit mutton, as they say.
Oh God.
Yeah, 1986. Who was the first England player to be sent off at a World Cup finals?
Yeah. I'll go last on this.
And by the way, it was Egypt had lost Hungary 4-2.
Yeah.
Okay. I put Robson. That's a
Robson.
Guess.
I'm going for Ray Wilkins.
Okay.
Yeah, Ray Wilkins.
Okay.
Ray Wilkins.
Ray Wilkins was sent off for having a second yellow card after throwing the ball at the referee during the goalless draw with Morocco.
Mm.
Ryan Robson scored the fastest World Cup goal for England in 1982.
All right.
That's the thing.
That's what
you're
looking at.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
That's
I like remember it well.
Even though I didn't remember, even though I mentioned goals, okay.
That's what I thought. I thought you got yourself mixed up with that one.
100%.
Okay. Number 4, 1998. What was the significance of Laurent Blanc's winning goal against Paraguay in the last 16 match?
I believe, I may be wrong, it was a red card. He got a red card, I believe.
Okay.
I think it was the first golden goal.
Okay. And Stoney?
I don't listen. I just know that he scored in a penalty shootout against Paraguay. That's what I thought.
So, what is your answer from the ones that I gave?
I can't remember what I just thought that he scored in a penalty shootout against Paraguay.
And Stoney answered a totally
You're doing a Preds on me, bro.
Can we just forget what Artie said and just give me the point, please?
Actually, the point goes to Preds. It was the first golden goal in the World Cup history. Long scored in the 114th minute, taking France through to the quarterfinals.
Cool. Okay. So he didn't score in the penalty shootout then?
There was no penalty shootout.
That must have been the Simpsons edition that I watched.
Okay. Number 5. So Spain 2010. Spain's victory in South Africa set which record? They won all 4 knockout matches by the same score. The only champions to lose their first match. Fewest goals scored by a champion. Fewest number of individual goal scorers, or all of the above.
I've gone.
Why are you not thinking? You should be just showing me answers. What's going on?
I've gone for all of the above.
Yeah. All of the above, because I know in 2010 they had that 35 game unbeaten run.
And Tabriz is showing me his Sky bill.
Yeah, all of the above. Because I know they had that 35 game
London run. Ghetto, bruv. Trust me. I was writing on the envelope, you know. Original South London ghetto.
I tell you what, it's not easy being on there, you know.
I know,
It's not easy being on.
It's not easy, man.
All you people out there, you're behind your keyboards, yeah. I'm telling you, it's not easy. That brother up there, he's not easy. and you got the pantomime villain right there, sir.
Hey, Tabriz, if you don't pay that by tomorrow, you won't be watching no World Cup.
Oh, God.
All right, gentlemen.
I hope it ain't no Red Bull in there either.
Oh, man. You're killing me out here. All right, so, gentlemen, it was all of the above. It was all of the above. They beat Portugal, Paraguay, Germany, and Netherlands by 1-0. They only scored 8 goals in 7 matches. They lost their first match 1-0 to Switzerland, and only 3 players scored for them. David Villa scored 5, Iniesta scored 2, and Pure scored 1.
Fair play to him, boy. Fair play.
Oh, my days. Anyway, only one host nation has ever been eliminated in the group stages. Can you name them? Italy, United States, South Africa, Russia.
Italy.
I've gone for
Italy?
South Africa.
South Africa.
I've gone for USA.
Okay, well done, Preds. South Africa 2010.
Wow.
Oh, Nelson Mandela. Hey.
Only ever to score a World Cup goal. Pele, Maradona, Marcelo Salas, Roger Miller.
I've gone for
Roger
Miller.
Oh,
that's Roger Miller dance, isn't it?
Yeah.
Roger Miller.
I don't know. I thought you was hungry myself.
Hey, you know what? I've been planning that all this time, you know.
Tabriz?
Roger Miller.
Yeah.
Okay. And Stoney?
Yeah, Roger Miller, 42.
Okay. Yep. Well done. Well done. Yeah. No extra point there, Stoney, though. Yeah. Smart ones. Yeah.
Roger Miller was born. So yeah.
All right. So, who is the all-time leading scorer at the Men's World Cup? Ronaldo, Messi, Henry, or Miroslav Klose?
Closer.
Closer than close.
Closer.
Okay. Well done,
Let's
gentlemen.
get close. Closer, yeah.
Wow. Woo. It's a tie. I don't know if I should go for a tiebreaker.
I think you
No,
should.
just leave it there. That's good.
No, a tie. No.
Come on.
I'm good.
Come on. Let's leave it there.
Man's frightened.
Do you know what? Do you know I reckon we should leave it there?
Go on.
This is called the World Cup talk. Allow Tabriz and Preds to go to sleep on a high.
What do you mean?
No, you know what?
Involved in the draw?
I would. I'm saying, like, I am out of it.
Involved in the draw. It was you and Preds.
Yeah,
Preds,
I am.
my brother.
Tony,
We're
I
live
agree
on
with
the
you.
you know.
Yeah,
I want you to
I
have a nice sleep
Bro.
leading into this World Cup. You know I'm competitive like that, you know.
listen, I agree with you, Stoney. Knock it on the head right now.
Exactly.
Right. So Fitzwarren had said his one was Algeria. Billy Smith said Egypt. Fitzwarren said Ray Wilkins. I see someone said Roger Miller.
Yeah.
Closer. Miller. Billy with Brazil. Billy Smith said Ronaldo. Billy Ray Wilkins. Ben said, nice show, lads. ILC. I tell you, said tiebreaker. And he put in capitals with an exclamation mark.
Leave it out, mate. Listen, I've got my bit. I'm ready to rock and roll. I'll keep it moving.
He said fewest goals scored. South Africa. Billy Smith said Blanc only goal. Hey, lovely gents. So we will definitely see you back. Opening game is this Sunday. Tune in. Do remember, we will have more info on the World Cup. And listen, we're not concentrating on one team, you know, so people. It's World Cup. We are talking about the World Cup as a whole. All right. We're not concentrating on one team. We'll be talking about everybody, people. So there's something for everybody to get involved in. Yeah. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Do you remember? It's all about global mapping surveys as well. Our sponsors, get at them. Remember, mention KopTalk and you'll get a 10% discount. Gentlemen, it has been an absolute blast. My head is hurting me. My belly's hurting me. My eyes are red. Listen, trust me. I ain't laughed so much since I watched, what you called it last night, Kevin Hart, mate. I tell you. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Preds?
Hey, RT, I'm looking forward to you taking us out for a Christmas drink when you win that 50 quid from Stone.
Oh my God. Can you believe that?
Yeah, he had that one lined up. All right, mate. All right. Yeah, but I'll just tell you what, though. Tabriz, you're going to have to come down. We're not going South London, mate. Free down. I might, let me go on Amazon and order my bulletproof now. I might get it inside.
Not to alienate anyone who lives in South London, but Croydon.
No, I love you all. I love you all. I love you all. Trust me. Stoney, my brother.
Thank you very much, RT, Tabriz, and Preds, and everybody that tuned into today's show. I mean, the thing is, we're nearly at 155 minutes, and the main feature of the show was, the title was, which Liverpool players will play at the World Cup? We didn't even manage to touch on that. That shows how much of an amazing show this was today. Thank you very much, you guys. It's been amazing.
Brilliant. Mr. R&B, my brother.
Thank you so much for having me. Now I have to actually do some research. I can't wing it now. So literally, I have to actually know names from countries. But hey,
next week it's on. Next week it's on, man.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna get exposed now. I'm a fraud.
Thank you very much, everyone. Do remember, press that like, that share, and subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend. It's all about World Cup. Yeah, World Cup talk. We will be keeping you up to date right throughout this World Cup, people. So keep it locked. It's all about World Cup talk. Thank you very much. Good night. Take care. God bless.